Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. I am your host, Jem. And before we move forward, let's cue that. VIP, still key. Like... Wrong one. I had to cut out the horn. I just got me a little bean. I just got me a little porn. I ain't no better by door. I love how I completely used the wrong intro. The wrong intro. Literally the wrong intro. Listen, guys, how are you? Welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are well. Friday. It's a Friday. Saturday, Sunday. What? The Premier League is back. The Premier League is back, people. Chelsea have got Aston Villa at home. We will be doing an Chelsea and Aston Villa preview show. That will happen tomorrow, hopefully in the afternoon, for you guys to get involved. This show is to talk about what's been going on around Chelsea over the week and the situations that have happened. Obviously, one of them being Jules Kounde. We're going to delve into Jules Kounde, the news on that. I know it's been spoken about a bit, but I haven't been able to give my thoughts and opinions on it yet, so I want to make sure we do that. We're also going to talk about why Chelsea got fined by the FA, which I still think is bullshit. Bullshit. Yeah, I'm not happy with that as well. We're also going to talk about Chelsea's injury list going into the Aston Villa game, what it means for Chelsea Football Club lining up against Aston Villa tomorrow. We kick off at 5:30 as well. But guys, you know what you need to do. You know what you need to do before we move forward. Please smash that like button for GNA TV. We are on the road to 3K subscribers. 3K subscribers. Honestly, I cannot wait for that. And you know what? I don't know if I've told you guys this already, but I'm on the route of purchasing a house which I will be getting next year, May. And I'm looking forward to it, you know. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to have my own little room, lounge area, studio area. I'm going to make it decent, big. It's going to be better kit, like microphones, cameras, everything. I'm going to be doing it properly. People saying fix your audio. What's wrong with my audio, man? I checked this before I went live. Can you not hear me? Can you hear me? Can people saying audio? What's wrong with it? Tell me. What is it? Can you hear me though? Can you hear me talking? Yo. Yes. What about now? Is that better? Is that better? Hear me? Everyone's saying they can hear me. Is that better? Sorry, guys. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? God's saint, man, I swear, it's annoying me so much. If it's going to continue doing this, I might have to move where I am, which means I might disappear for a second and have to go downstairs because it works downstairs. So let me know if you can hear me. Is this better? Big up, Jem. Smash the like button. Guys, just smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let's try and get to 40 likes as quickly as possible if we can as well, please. Let's do that. Is it better now? Jem must be on the big button. It's fine now, yeah? Thank you. 30 people should be on 30 likes. Sorry, guys. I am sorry. I don't know. I bought a new laptop and it's just ruining me right now. I don't know why it's doing that, but it's good that you think it's all fine now. But let's try and push the 30 likes marks. Let's talk Chelsea. The lines will be open for you guys very, very soon as well for you guys to get involved. Just want to say hello to some of the people in the chat. Jem must be on big bucks at GNA houses. Well, I work. That's the problem, Big Ron. I work, and this is the thing. I was working before I come live. That's why I was a little bit late. Big up to Big Ron. Big up to Bex in the house. Big up to Concierge in the house. Wave. Football Style. Lil Travo. Why are you using Playboy Carti music? Slen TV, big up to you. Big up to everyone in the chat, man. Big up to Matt as well. Hope you're well as well, my man. Big up to you. Right, let's delve into this. Let me just charge my phone as well before we do this, because I end up coming off stream. My phone's dead. Let's delve into the chat. Right, I want to talk Jules Kounde, because we've not spoke about it on the talk show yet. Let's talk Jules Kounde and the news of him wanting to leave. You know, we had this comment come up not long, I say long ago, September the 3rd. It was 7 days ago. He came out saying, you know, the price of everything, but the value of nothing. Let me move this over there. That's better. There we go. Value of nothing. Now, when I read this comment, I thought to myself, this is a guy not happy. This is a guy, if you remember quite closely, we saw images of him on his way back from France, going back into Seville, and he looked annoyed. He was looking up in the air like that, as if it was something playing on his mind. And ever since that, I feel like there's been a lot of talk around him wanting to go Chelsea. It was very clear that he wanted Chelsea. You know, Chelsea wants him. But people need to understand one thing when it comes to transfers and deals, is that Chelsea didn't want to be taken or put down as looking like mugs. They didn't want to be forced into a corner where they had a verbal agreement with Sevilla, which was anything in the regions of 55 to 60 million euros. Then Sevilla last minute decided to change their mind on Kounde and asked for the full asking price, which was around 70 to 80 million euros. Chelsea putting their foot down and not willing to pay that is a good thing. I think is a good thing. I think it would be an issue if we did go and just lay that money down and we bow to what they say, because a lot of football clubs these days, you've seen Tottenham do it with Harry Kane. Harry Kane's a good example, right? Tottenham wanted supposedly 150 million for Harry Kane. Man City offer close to that regions. They then pull away and say they're not interested. They want more to the 200 million marks. Sometimes football clubs need to stand their grounds. It doesn't matter if they've got money. It doesn't matter if they're loaded. Yeah, if you've got an agreement with someone and the club's willing to allow that player to move on for a certain figure, then they should just foresee it. Yeah, and look, there's talks about him coming to Chelsea in there's talks to him. Big up to the Blue Lounge Mo as well. Make sure you subscribe to my guy there. Rebecca says, does a transfer request from a player force a club to sell them at a lesser price, or can Sevilla still keep their stance on the regard clause, the release clause, regardless? It depends on his contract. Because if a player's forcing the move, but the club are not happy with what's being offered, then it just goes stale. Like, I think Kounde will be professional. He will go play for Seville. He'll play at a level that he has been playing there. He may be pissed off about not being able to be sold or have left them in the summer, but he's professional. He's under contract. He has to play for him. Now, if they're under contract, they have to foresee the contract. They have to go through it. Like, I don't think there's any real, I don't feel like there's any reason why you go unprofessional if you don't get what you want, right? The only way you can try and force the issue a bit more is like what you said there. You put a bit of pressure on, you put a transfer request. Not once did Kounde do that. Not once did Kounde put a transfer request in to force a move away from the club. Now, just big up to Declared, who's in the chat as well. Big up to you, my man. Kounde sounds like a bad apple. Look how poor his attitude and professionalism is now. Why have that in your change room? And I get that, Big Ron. Obviously, he left the camp. He never trained with them. When they were playing games, he was sitting in the stands. He flew to France. Obviously for other reasons, but he went to France. He wasn't training with them. We're pretty much waiting for Chelsea to get the offer accepted by Sevilla. And that never came. It just never came, And there's been a lot of talks. The reason I wanted to talk about Kounde is because there's been a lot of talks about him still potentially, coming to
coming to the football club. And I think, it can happen. People saying, can it happen in January? I've got a thing about January transfers. Any football club in their right mind, if you've got a certain individual that's important to your club in a certain position, you can't let them go unless you've got someone that you can replace him with, right? So letting Jules Kounde go in January, Sevilla will have to find someone to replace him with. If they don't, then January won't happen. Now, the reason I say why I don't think January won't happen is because it's mid-season. Sevilla could be doing very well in the Spanish league or wherever they're in, Champions League, whatever it is. They might want to hold on to Kounde for seeing it through at the end of the season, unless Kounde puts in a transfer request in January. Now, there's a lot of talks there, and we're going to bring them up in a bit from certain individuals. Big up to my guy, Andreas Coruscant, who actually brought this out as well. He's saying that Chelsea will try to sign Jules Kounde in January window. It is totally confirmed. Kounde has clearly told Sevilla about his dreams of playing for Chelsea. Now, this comment here about his dreams wanting to play for Chelsea, that's always been the case. That's always been the case. I think that was pretty obvious in the summer transfer window that he wants to be a Chelsea player. The issue that we had is that Sevilla took the piss. Sevilla took the piss out of us. They were trying to get more than what they had officially agreed with us. Rebecca's saying, as much as I seriously want Kounde, I can definitely see Kounde considering other options if Sevilla stick to the release clause. What are the other options? Because I think it's like this. I think Chelsea want Kounde. I think the board want Kounde. I think Kounde wants Chelsea. It's very obvious and clear that he wants to leave the football club. He wants Chelsea. Kounde had the opportunity to go and play for Spurs, and he turned it away, as we already know. And this is prior to the links to Chelsea. Yeah. My thing with this is that I think that Kounde, seriously want Kounde, I can definitely Chelsea considering other options if Sevilla stick to the release. Yeah. My thing with this is, who else is there out there in football at his age with that much talent available to bring in? Now, some people say Botman. We know the Euro expert. The Euro expert comes on GNA TV a lot and says Botman's someone that we should be watching out for. I don't think there's many options out there for Chelsea just to go and look elsewhere. Right, Kounde's a well-known young player. He's a young player, but he's well-known, and he's someone that's talented to be, up there in the upcoming years, depending on where his career takes him. And I just think he fits the bill for Chelsea. Thiago Silva will be gone next season. Aspie might move on. We might have no Aspie. We will be lacking depth. Kurt Zuma's left the football club already. There's 3 defenders that potentially could or maybe not be with us next season. If they're not, we need defenders. Jules Kounde fits the bill. Not only is he young, he will then have the opportunity to progress with a manager that allows and works hard with these defenders to elevate them. I think Tuchel is the perfect manager in terms of his system and how he plays for Kounde. And this is why I think Chelsea will continue pushing for a Jules Kounde. Push for a Jules Kounde in January, or even if it isn't January, because January sales are hard, guys. January sales are not easy. They're not easy to be done. If we don't get him in January, then we will be looking to push for summer next year. And we can do that. We could probably get away with it this year, not having Kounde. Let's be serious. We've got Chalobah that's come in, Thiago Silva, Christensen, Rudiger, Reece James can play there. There's enough depth there. Do you know what I mean? We will buy him in January, is what Football Style says. If Rudiger actually goes this year, wouldn't be surprised to see links to Pau Torres as a left-sided centre-back. There is still talks about Kurt Zouma signing and Rudiger signing that contract. He hasn't done it as of yet. He's turned around and made it very clear that he wants to keep his options open. He doesn't want to rush into anything anytime soon. And listen, Rudiger may move on. Do I think he would do it in January? No. Do I think he might do it next summer? Maybe. But his contract's going to run out. And for the fact that he's allowing his contract to run out tells me that he is waiting to see what other options he's got. So who comes in for him? Who's interested in him? Now, if we lose Rudiger and Thiago Silva goes and we've really let Zouma go, then we're starting to lack depth in that area. What do we do? Because we've already allowed Tomori to go. We've allowed some of the youngsters in Mark Gay to go away. We sold them on. Livermento's left the football club. I know we've got buyback clauses on them. We are looking very slick and weak in that area. Jules Kounde is a priority. There's no way in hell that Chelsea do not go and get Jules Kounde. I don't think, especially in terms of how long it's dragged out and how long it's been going on. I just don't see how it does not happen from this instance. You know, I think it's important. I thought this tweet was lyrics to the new Drake song. If he were to come to in Jan, would he be cup tied in the UCL? Good question. Yes, if he plays for Sevilla in them games, so I think he will, which tells me he won't be able to play in the Champions League games. Now, I don't know if the rules have changed. Someone in the chat, let us know if you can, if it is the case. There's over 50 of you here right now, guys. It's only 15 minutes in. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let's get to 3.5k, but before we get to 3k, let's try and get to 2.6k. We are 30 away from 2.6k subscribers, guys. Please do that. Continue to hit the likes as well. I don't know what we're on in terms of likes. I'm going to check that out now. We are on 26 likes, guys, and there's 55 people here. Come on, let's push for that 40 like mark. The link will be in the chat very soon. Big up to my boy Chris. Real Chris is in the chat. Abdullah, big up to you as well, my guy. Declare says, I don't think Sevilla can be as strong in negotiations if Kounde puts pressure on them. Well, the pressure's already been put on them, you know? The pressure has already been put on them already, and they've already made it very clear that if he wants to be an arse, if he doesn't want to train, if he doesn't want to come then, and he wants to leave now, well, we want the full money for him. And that's what they've done, Sevilla. They've moved in. They've moved like they did with Dani Alves back in 2007. That is exactly how they have moved. Rudiger might move on. He wants 200 grand weekly wages. I say offer him the deal. I think Antonio Rudiger at the moment is up there with one of the best defenders in the world. And I'm not even joking when I say that. I think this system works for him. I think we've brought the best out in him. And I don't think there's many better defenders that can play in his position in world football. Do you agree with me in the chat? Do you agree that Antonio Rudiger in his position is probably one of the best in the world, if the best in the world in his position? Because look, 200 grand a week for someone that's going to play in a position that he's wanted to, that he's comfortable in, pay him it. There was this interview with when he was at Roma, and Chesney, the goalie, when he was there, was doing the interview with him. And he says to Antonio Rudiger, what is the best position for you, 3 or a 2? And he said a 3. He said a 3 has always been his preferred system in terms of how he likes to play. We don't need to rush Kounde, is what Real Chris is saying. Fair enough. I hear that. Abs, I will make you a mod, actually. Let me do that, but I don't think I'm in the GNA. Let me see if I can make you a mod quickly. Guys, while I'm making him a mod, smash the like button. We need to get to 40 likes. We get to 40 likes, the link will be released for you as well. Let's try and do that. Let's try and do that quickly while I just quickly make because he asked me last time and I said, yeah, I'll do it for you. And now I can't find his blimmin' name on here. There he is. Right, you're done, mate. You're done. You're set up. Moderator. Abs, you are a mod. We saw Mwamba in our first team training. He can be our second VVD. Listen, I like this Mwamba. I'm not joking. Physicality of VVD, maybe not the strength. Very tall, good with a bit of ball at his feet, has pace. Yeah, he could be a potential answer to Chelsea moving forward. He could. Mwamba could be the answer. Like I said to you, if Rudiger moves on, Zuma's already gone. We lose. We lose Thiago Silva. You know, Aspie might think he might play less, might leave. Who knows? Like, anything can happen, and we need to start looking for the future. Kounde is the future. Mwamba is the future. If we can keep Rudiger, he's the future. Christensen, as much as I call him Krusty the Clown, he would be one for the future of our football club as well. Need to head out. Suggestions for the streams, timestamps. Yeah, I need to learn how to do that. You know that, Rebecca. So I really do need to sort out timestamps. I'll try and think of how we do that. I'll talk to someone who can help me do timestamps, actually. I think Chelsea need a left-footed defender to play in the left-sided, then the right-sided. We have only Rudiger right now. Kounde can only play in the right side of the defence. I agree, Melvin. I agree with what you're saying, 100%. Rudiger plays on the left, but actually right-footed. Kounde can play there. Kounde can play there. I've said this. Kounde's versatile enough to play in any of these positions. offer him 160 to 180k a week is what Hassan's saying would be enough for Antonio Rudiger. The Kounde buyout clause increases towards the end of the transfer window last 2 weeks. That's why Seville procrastinate. I can't even say that word. Procrastinate. This is why Chelsea had to pay more. Yeah, I get that, but I don't know what that word means, Big Ron, to be able to explain that. Rudiger has no reason to be loyal to Chelsea. 7 months ago, Frank and the fans and some pieces of the club wanted him gone. But then this is the same thing for Jorginho. This is the same thing for Christensen. Yes, we have had issues where we've turned against our players and not thought they're good enough. But since Tuchel's come in, he's brought the best out of these individuals, you know, and they're playing for the shirt, and that's what we want to see. You know, that is what we want to see. Kounde is wavy. Big up, Jim, my G. It was my B-day yesterday and caught COVID, unfortunately. Hope you're all doing well. C1 London. I want to start by saying happy birthday to you, mate. And I'm sorry to hear about the COVID situation. Rest up, drink lots of water, come back strong, bro. I hope you get better very, very, very soon, my man. Yeah, so I am going to open up the line soon, but like I said, I need 40 likes. We're going to talk quick. We're going to fly through these topics. Actually, what are we on? 21 minutes. I've got 2 more things that I want to quickly go through with you guys as well. Let's quickly go through that. Let's go through that now, actually. Let's go through that quickly now. In the meantime, continue to smash the likes. Don't know how many we're on at the moment, guys. We're on 32 likes. Guys, 50 likes. 50 likes. That's what I need. 50 likes. Morning, German chat. Morning to Devin. Hope you're well. Big up to Bobby. Sign up Rudiger, and if Kounde is good, sign him in January is what Bobby is saying as well. Big up to Bob E. The next bit of information that I wanted to quickly talk to you about is this of tomorrow's Chelsea game. We're still waiting for Thomas Tuchel to come out and clarify this, but Chelsea versus Villa, the squad update is what we've got here pretty much. Suspended is Reece James and Thiago Silva, still for 1 game. There is injury concerns, but we're waiting on updates, which we should be getting today. I don't know what time Chelsea are on for. Time of Chelsea on. They do like a press conference, don't they? It's usually around 1:30, 2 o'clock. So we may still be live, guys, for that. So make sure we stay tuned with that. Keep bringing us updates. No Kante, potentially. No Pulisic, no Lukaku. Yeah, so if FIFA keep the ban, obviously we know Thiago Silva can't play due to the Brazilian rules that they brought out, where they want him to pretty much sit back for 5 days. So Christian Pulisic being injured and out doesn't really, does that really surprise us? He's always picking up injuries. He's always got issues. Again, did he even play? I don't even know if he played in Nationals. Did he play in Nationals, guys? Because it's getting a bit stupid now, isn't it? It's getting a bit stupid. But yeah, no Christian Pulisic is no surprise, but we've got strength and depth there. Mason Mount, Havertz, Ziyech, Callum Hudson-Odoi. There's enough that can play in that position. Lukaku. There was talks about Romelu Lukaku being unavailable, but then when I read into the interview, it was a slight knock. It was a minor knock. I think Lukaku should be okay. Yet again, Thomas Tuchel will confirm that at 1:30, guys, as well. So we will find out. Once we find out, we will then update it while we're live on GNA TV. So make sure that you stay tuned in there. Or if you do, we'll go over there. Make sure that you come back here after as well. Bring your updates because I want to know all the updates possible. 1:30 is what he says. Look at Absolute Chelsea is what someone's telling me. So let's have a look at Absolute Chelsea. What is Absolute Chelsea saying today? If it wants to load. Oh, come on. Internet. What is it? What is it doing? Yeah, well, we've got news here of Mail Sports saying that Chelsea are keeping tabs on Sassuolo winger Berardi over the summer. So again, this is what I call just paper talk. Whether that's going to happen or not, we'll yet to see. We've also got talks here of Aston Villa. Martinez and Buendia have been ruled out. Again, we know the reason why is of that. So they won't have players tomorrow. I know Villa are missing a lot of players going into the Chelsea game tomorrow, which are important to them and the football club as well. So, they won't be full strength tomorrow, Aston Villa, which is another thing as well. But yeah, at the moment, I'll wait for updates. Obviously, the press conference is at 1:30. Once we know Lukaku, Pulisic, Kante's updates, we will let you know on GNA TV live here as well. Big up to Sandalite channel as well. The Beautiful Games here as well. I hope the ban is upheld because this would be much more detrimental to our rivals than us. Let's be honest. Yeah, I mean, when you look at the number of Brazilian players that Chelsea have got in their football club, they've only got Thiago Silva. You know, they've only got Thiago Silva at the football club. Other than that, you know, we don't suffer from it. When you think of Man City, who else suffers? Man United have got Fred, haven't they? Liverpool, Alisson. You know, that's a big move. Fabinho. So Liverpool are getting hurt more than anyone. Do you know what I mean? Who else would really suffer from it? That's the thing. Oh, God. Pulisic priorities America over Chelsea. Such a baller, but he's not available enough. And he's always injured, you know that. He always gets injured as of somewhere, and it's just annoying. Right. One more quick topic before we open the lines for you guys to get in and have your say. And the last individual thing that we will go through, which annoyed me, so I want to talk about it, is this. Chelsea have been fined 25,000 by the FA for failing to control their players during their 1-1 Premier League draw at Liverpool. What do you mean failed? How about this? I ain't even say the word because YouTube might cut me. Yeah, this waste of a space referee that we have here, who, funny enough, in every game that we have him, sends off a player or gives a penalty. Yeah, does his job and checks, right, and actually goes and checks the screen properly. Yeah, you wouldn't have our players running around like nutters because, let's be serious, he wasn't doing his job properly. Listen, they gave a penalty that I still don't think was a penalty. Reece James, it hit his chest, which then led to his arm. Accidental. It wasn't Reece James stopping it from going in the goal with his arm. It was Reece James stopping it from going in goal with his chest, which then the ball bounced up and his arm moved forward and hit his left arm, and he got sent off for. Now, if the boys have got the yump about that situation, why are they not allowed to do that? Why do we have to control our players in the way they reacted when this baldy always goes against us? And now the FA have backed him and backed his choice and his decision and fined us 25 grand. Are you telling me in football you never see, when a penalty is given, you never see this? You always see this. When it comes to Chelsea and the FA, we always get scrutinised. Always get scrutinised. Yeah. And it's not the FA, it's UEFA in general. Everyone's got a thing. I'm telling you, they have got a thing against our football club. They have definitely got a thing against our football club. I don't care what anyone says. Why have we been fined that? Because we were upset with the situation. Like, come on, man. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. I want to know what your thoughts are on this, because I was pissed off when I saw this. This annoyed me even more. Not only did they give them the fucking penalty, which led to them drawing the game. Let's be serious. We would have beaten them with 11 men. I don't care what anyone says. We would have beaten Liverpool. They had no answers for us, yeah? But this guy, instead of doing his job and checking the camera properly, runs over to the camera, 1 second watch, runs away, and then gives a penalty without even looking, without even checking, without even viewing it properly. Do you know what I mean? This guy, you know, and then on top of that, our players react to him making a decision without actually looking at it properly, and then we get fined 25 grand. I guarantee any other football club gets into that position, you won't see the FA do that. I guarantee it. It's bollocks. I'm sorry, it's absolute bollocks. I will call bollocks when I see it on my channel, and if I see bollocks, I am saying bollocks. Yeah, I am saying bollocks. He just saw the video for 3 seconds and not checking the details. I know it's absolutely annoying. Leg and then hit arm, I guess, is what Robin's saying. I agree. It's a disgrace, was what Brickman said. On 25k fine should much more bring in the game into disrupt. I ain't got no issue, right, with him giving the penalty. I actually haven't. Even though I don't think it's a penalty, I have no issue with it. You see them given here and there. My issue was the way he approached the screen. Yeah, he didn't even give it an opportunity. It literally was a paused image of Reece James with his arm like that and the ball there. And then he ran off and gave a decision. It's just, for me, like, it's not a red. All right, give them a penalty. I don't care. Give them the penalty. But it's not a red. It should have been a yellow card and a penalty. I would have took that, providing he would have looked at it back and then made the decision. I would have still disagreed with it, but I would have said, fine. He didn't even look at it. Yeah, and then because we got the ump, our players got the ump on the pitch about the decision being given without it being abruptly checked properly, yeah, they then go and give us a fine for 25 grand. It's just ridiculous. I'm sorry. What is football? What is football without passion, without emotion, without being able to say what you want to say? Yeah, these players are being paid to pay for their football club. They're playing for the badge. If they disagree with something in a game, they should be able to disagree with it. Not rudely. Yeah, this wasn't rudely. This was just annoyance. This was just annoyance, guys. You know what I mean? Big up to Almighty Blue CFC as well. Make sure you go and check him out. Jem, not surprised Salah kicked the ball. Yeah, and that's another thing. I have no issue with it, yeah? But I want consistency. And this wasn't consistency. There was no consistency in this game whatsoever. Mo Salah kicks the ball away. Should be an automatic yellow card. Fabinho fouls our midfielders 3 times. Doesn't get 1 yellow card. Gets to the second half. Does it again a couple of times. Doesn't even pick up 1 yellow. Yeah, you want consistency. Yeah, he should have been booked in the first half. And then he would have been booked again in the second. And he would have been sent off. There's the consistency. Yeah, I have no issue with it. But there's just no consistency in the game, man. No, the way we got treated is dumb. I do think it was pen, but it wasn't a red card. That's what Ab's saying. I agree. Yeah, I don't mind them giving the decision, but do your job fucking properly. Do your job properly. You know what I mean? 100 people here right now, guys. Make sure you smash the like button. What are we on? Are we on? What are we on? We should be on over 60 likes. The link's going to come in the chat very soon. I want you guys to get involved and have your say. But I need to know how many likes we got. We got 48 likes. We're 2 away from 50, 60 likes, guys. Let's do it. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel. 2.6k. We are 30 away from doing that. We can do that on a stream today. And then we're 400 away from 3k, man. 400 away from 3k. You guys are the best, honestly. He literally gave it without just looking at a picture. I know. I love when the whole world is against us. We still survive, is what Almighty Blue says. I agree, bro. I agree, bro. We got fined because we are a repeat offender, supposedly. Jim, we should won that game still. Even before the pen was, we should have been slapped. We should have if we made the right decisions in our passes. You know, I'm not going to delve on it too much because it's a prior game and it's not what the stream's about. But the reason we're talking about it is because of the fine. And the stream that I done today was everything Chelsea this week, and we got fined this week due to that blimmin' stupid game that we should never have drawn. And the other thing is, they can't beat us with 11 men, man, under Tuchel, I've noticed. And even under Lampard. When you think about it, did they beat us under Lampard? They beat us under Lampard, but we went down to 10 men. I remember. We went down to 10 men, didn't we? Christensen. I remember that now. Instead, the FA should be bloody raising a formal complaint with FIFA to change the rule of possible double whammy being avoided. I agree, man. I agree. Right, the link is coming in the chat now. Press conference starting now, bro. Yeah, listen, guys, keep me updated. If you're going to go over there, I can't obviously stream it. I'd love to stream it on it, but they will, for copyright reasons, they will come up against it. But listen, the link will be in the chat. You want to talk about this? We'll talk about this. You want to talk about Jules Kounde? We'll talk about Jules Kounde. You want to talk about the injuries or the game tomorrow briefly? We can do that. We will be doing a Chelsea versus Villa match preview tomorrow. I am still looking for a Villa fan. Might not be able to find it. If I don't, we'll still be talking about it. And we're going to be talking about our team lineups. We're going to be talking about, obviously, we know who's fit, so who can possibly play, what we think the score is going to be, how Chelsea should approach the game, etc. as well. So it's going to be an interesting one. The link is going to be in the chat for you guys now. So get in, have your say as well. On anything and everything that you want to talk about, we can talk about it. I'll remove this for now. We'll reopen the Jules Kounde topic because this is what we were originally talking about as well. Obviously, the Jules Kounde news. We have Hassan with us. Hassan, what you saying, my guy? You all right?
Yeah, I'm fine, man. How are you, Jem?
Hassan.
Hello?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Can
You all right?
Yeah, how are you, man? I don't know why I was mute. I was sounding mute.
All right, mate. It's all right. What is it you want to say? Obviously, the press conference is on now, so interesting stuff. We'll see what happens with that. But what's your thoughts on everything I spoke about? Jules Kounde, your thoughts on...
Jem, I'm going to refresh because I think I'm delayed.
Yeah, you keep cutting out, mate. You're always cutting out, Hassan. Sort out that McDonald's Wi-Fi, man. Sort out that McDonald's Wi-Fi. sort that McDonald's Wi-Fi out and come back later. Some people saying they're going to come back after the stream. That's fine. I think it's on now, isn't it? Let's have a look. It should be this. I want to know. I can't watch it. I wish I could watch it as well. But I don't think it starts straight away, guys. Does it? Let's have a look. Has it started? Let's have a look. Has it started? The link's in the chat. I'm going to pin the link in a minute as well for you guys to get involved as well. It's not even started yet, guys. It'll probably take 15, 20 minutes before it even starts. I wouldn't even rush over there yet. Like, hi is what Freeman Klutzker's saying as well. Yeah, guys, give me your thoughts and opinions on anything you want to talk about. You want to talk about the Kounde news. You want to talk about the game tomorrow. We can talk a little bit about the game tomorrow, but like I said, we're going to be doing a preview, so I can get involved. But in terms of Jules Kounde, you know, do you think Ronaldo will score hat-trick on his debut? I don't know. Abdi. I hope for your sake he does, but for our sake, I don't know, mate. I honestly do not know. Ab, what are you saying, my man?
Yeah, I'm chilling, man. What's going on?
Yeah, the press conference not started yet, is it? It usually takes about 15 minutes, isn't it? I'm saying.
Yeah, probably. You already know what it is. They're just trying to delay us and all that. But nah. So what's this Kounde back in January? Say nothing.
Yeah, Chelsea press conference run on MHA's clock. Lateness is greatness. Yeah, tell me about it. It always is. They always delay it for about 16 minutes or so. But what's your thoughts on Kounde? Obviously, we haven't spoken about Kounde with you yet. Obviously, this talks about him, Chelsea going for him again in January. Do you see that happening? And would you be happy to see him come into our football club? Or do you think it will happen as well? Do you think it will happen?
Yeah, hold on. Just give me a sec, bro. No, sorry, it's my door that kept on banging still, but nah, you know what it is, so what's the word called? You see with Kounde, I like Kounde still. I do think he's a quality centre back. The only thing I'd worry about with Kounde is that our team right now is mainly catered for centre backs who can play in a three at the back, right? In terms of they'll have individual qualities, they're all good players, but there's something missing in terms of, for instance, we don't have. I don't even know. We because you know how when you normally have two centre backs, right? When you play a flat four, you have one who attacks and the other who sweeps, right?
Yeah.
And we don't really have that at the club right now. The only thing I'd be worried about with Kounde is I'm not sure he's got the feet, should I say, to just be a guy who comes up and sweeps while we play someone next to him. That's the only thing I'd be worried about. And obviously, at some point, we're going to have to switch up from this three at the back business if we're going to be going for the league. So I'm happy, but I'd ideally want to try and get a centre back who, you know, can play in a flat four because this flat three might come on stock soon still.
Abs, your internet keeps cutting, man. Is it me or is it?
Wait, really?
No, it's you, Jem. I think it's you.
Can you hear me?
Is it me? Is
I
it?
think it might be you. Because
Can
I
you
was,
see me?
yeah, we can see you.
All right.
Yeah,
Can
I
you hear
think
me
it's
though?
him.
Because it kept cutting every time Abs was talking. I couldn't hear a word he's saying. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
I think you might have to come back in. All right. So Fatima, what do you think of Kounde coming in January?
Honestly, if we didn't talk about it yesterday on Lewis's stream a lot, I feel like the Rudiger contract situation hasn't been sorted yet, and I think the club want to do like a plan B in case of Rudiger not renewing his contract, and it's sad kind of like Kounde kind of missed out on the transfer, and then what happened in that international break period. He was very frustrated. He got a red card against against Bosnia, if I'm not mistaken. And it's going to show that Sevilla's just penny pinching with us. They saw us doing transfer business with West Ham, 30 million quid for Kurt Zouma, and they used that as an advantage and asked us for more price. So yeah, I will not be surprised if Kounde
and this is I feel like us not selling Zuma was a mistake. I feel like because this is why a lot of like journalists say that Chelsea would look to like get agreement done, but not sell officially, like officially sell Zuma. I feel like if we never officially sell them, I think we would have got 50 million euros for Kounde.
Yeah.
This is why journalists say that. And Fatah, like, what did you think of the whole fine, Chelsea getting fine and all that?
Bullshit, I would say. 25k still
Yeah.
nothing, but I feel like it's just the FA trying to bring offer protective to Anthony Taylor. It is how it is. We've seen this many
Yeah,
times.
it is how it is.
So
Look,
I'm
not even that
do
surprised.
you want to know what I find frustrating, right? Players, in terms of protection, they don't get that kind of protection. If they want to call out something like, I don't want to get into it further, like the Ozil situation and stuff like that. If they want to call something out, they'll get suspended, or they'll get some kind of like shadow ban, like a ban behind the scenes. And what I was saying in the comments before, Tony Cruz is right about player protection. The refs have more protection than the player manager combined. The manager does have a say. The players don't have a say. And let's be real, in the words of Jose Mourinho, man, Chelsea, there's always a agenda against Chelsea, man. For some strange reason. I've seen teams do what we do all the time, but for some reason we get punished.
Man United.
And Abdullah, man, what do you think of the fight?
Man United.
What do you think of the fight?
Yeah, so Man United a few years ago. Man, yeah, remember that? Remember when Maguire flipping hit Batshuayi with a low blow? Bro, trust me, the way that refs treat us is a complete joke. Maguire hitting us with a low blow. What was it when even last year when the what's it called? The clients from South London, not North London, Arsenal, came and beat us 1-0. We should have had a penalty. Rob Holding had a handball in the box. This whole thing, man, it's all a load of BS, to be honest. We've been
no, but refs in England are bad in general. And take away Gem, take back each other.
Hey, Gem, you still there? Gem? Man's got missing.
Oh, no, he's not there. So, all right, let's improvise, man. Going into the Aston Villa game, are you guys confident going into it? Like, what's your score predictions?
Yeah,
one by one.
I'll go 3-0 because I'm gonna be there.
4-0. Timo Lengman's gonna bag.
2-1 for me.
Oh, look at his attorney right there. Nah, we're gonna slap Villa. We need to slap Villa. They almost cost us top 4 last season. Remember?
The only reason I
mean, to be honest,
that 1 is because of their striker. I mean, he could be lethal. I mean, we know what he can possibly do, right? Ings. I mean, so that's where I'm kind of, giving that 1 goal leeway. But then, if we are able to control him, it's all done then.
Martinez is suspended.
Yeah, Martinez is suspended.
Who's the Villa's backup goalie?
I think it's Tom Heaton.
Is he good there, backup goalie? Oh no, he's
Heaton,
decent, but
he's dead, man.
He's. Bro, I'm trying to show respect.
No, but you forget we've got Bolingoli up top. It doesn't matter who's in goal; anyone can get it.
Yeah. And once the Gem gets his McDonald's Wi-Fi sorted, he should have his channel back.
Oh, don't. Am I back now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're back. You can have your channel now.
Still cutting. It's not. I used to keep cutting. I don't know what's going on with my internet at the moment. It's ruining my stream right now.
Damn. Who Villa got as their backup?
Do you think Chelsea will go in for Jude Bellingham? What do you think, guys?
Probably not. Why would? Remember when we had problem dealing transfer with Dortmund with Haaland?
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah. That's true. I'm
not really fancy for it.
That is true. What you should talk about anyway? Because obviously I was talking Kounde, was talking the FA fine. Bobby's here as well. Bobby, what you saying, mate? You all right?
Hey, hi guys. Sorry, I'm sort of. I was trying to get in what Thomas Tuchel was saying. One day, I'm muted
you
now.
live?
Yeah, I'm
No.
yeah,
Just, I need to know the updates about the injuries and that. So make sure
I just
you let
got
us
a
know
bit of.
for after.
I got the last bit of Lukaku. I think he's all right. Then he's talking about. He spoke about Thiago. Then he's now talking about the whole green countries, and in terms of COVID and what caused the Thiago situation, and indeed the World Club Cup. And he's just saying, why not just host these competitions in the green countries, meaning the countries that are COVID-free.
Middle East countries.
Well, he's not specified. He's just said in general. I know there's rumours that they'll probably, because of the World Cup, put the World Club Cup in Qatar. Guess it makes sense. I don't know. So I've muted
Pulisic
him
is
now.
out for 10 days. Yeah,
Who's
Pulisic is out for 10 days. 10 days, no
Pulisic.
Christian Pulisic is what Thomas Tuchel's come out with
Not
as
the
well.
first time we're hearing this news. It's pretty much
He's
always
23.
the injury updates with Pulisic.
He's 23. It's not really going to get any better, is it?
I thought he was going to be
I
like
think
this
the
guy.
rumours about Pulisic Sane might start to gather some momentum.
Kante will miss the Villa game as well.
Well, Kante is a different animal entirely. He's already over 30, and every time this geezer's on the pitch, he basically wins us the game. So we can wait for Kante. Whatever.
Silva is out for 5 days as well. That's what you said here. Silva's out for 5 days. So everything that was originally brought up, I've removed it. No Pulisic. No. What about Lukaku? We've not heard anything on Lukaku yet. That's what I'm waiting for.
He was saying that he trained and he trained okay. Said he came back 2 days ago. He didn't train the first day back, obviously, but I think he's trained now and he's had a good training session. So
I think he'll be fit. I think he'll be fit.
And also on that particular injury, it's not something that he just picked up in the last game or something. It's something that has been, kind of a niggle for him for the past a couple of games. So it's not something that needs, I wouldn't say immediate attention, but then he can actually, work through it as well. So it's not a major injury as that. We've lost Jem again.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, that's a worry.
Oh no!
Because if you're carrying a niggle, it gets worse, doesn't it? So I don't know.
True, very true. Yeah. And would you want Lukaku to be risked for an Aston Villa?
But the thing is, though, the niggle. No. I don't think he's got well over 24 hours in terms of recovery, and he's also got what's it called, like professional fitness coaches and therapists and all of that stuff behind the scenes to keep him fit within 24 hours. I think he'll be fit. If he does a start, he does a start, but is what it is. He'll definitely play in the game though, because I can't see him stay on the bench.
Yeah, but the way that I think about this particular situation is that we've got close to 6 or 7 games this particular month. We've got Juventus towards the end. We've got City as well in this month. We've got a lot of games. And would you want Lukaku to be risked for a Villa game, rather he plays in Juventus and City and all those bigger games? Would you prefer that?
I feel like he will play, but if he gets a massive knock, or if the injury comes on the pitch, he'll definitely be rested for our first Champions League game. He'll definitely play in that, or he'll probably be on the bench on that. The thing is though, as much as I wanna focus on a lot of the competitions, let's be real, our goal is to win the league priority, or to at least challenge for the league. And on top of that, to win a trophy. And realistically to both win the league and Champions League at the moment with our squad? Possibly, but I don't know. I feel like in terms of the league, we have to be consistent more than others. We're already. I know it's the start of the season. We're 2 points behind Spurs. I know it's Spurs, but we need to be more consistent than others. And I feel like our focus is to get winning momentum before the City game, and to possibly win City.
Possibly,
Hassan,
we are gonna
I
win.
understand. Sorry.
You go on.
So I was just saying, I understand what you're saying, but that is not the way to go. Not when you're at the top. You have to go for everything. There is no top team in the world, certainly European champions, that goes into a season with that mentality. You go into the season to win everything. Everything. That's why you have to build up your squad. And that's the importance of a good manager and a good squad rotation system. I don't put Premier League games of higher value than Champions League games. I put them all up there. We have to give it 100% for every single game. That's how the best teams remain the best. We can't, it's so defeatist. So let's, put a bit of more effort in this so we can rest for this. You're defeated already. You do that, you end up with nothing. Teams that do that, they end up with nothing. Trust me.
I agree with Bobby. I agree with this particular point because that is where we kind of are different than an Arsenal or Tottenham. We are better teams when it comes to the European Championship because we actually take them seriously than the other clubs in the league. So it's not that they're fielding a bad team, but then still, Chelsea takes those competitions as well very seriously. And, I would be surprised if Lukaku is starting this game and playing the entire 90 minutes. I'd still prefer him playing from 75. There is nothing in the game and it's still nil-nil. And he has to create some sort of an individual magic. And he can probably come in the 60th or 75th minute and, help us win that 3 points. But otherwise, I'd still start with Werner for this game and then let him play for our Champions League games, if he's not feeling that great about his fitness at this point in time.
No, but you know what it is? This is where I said, if we're going to keep bringing Lukaku, we're going to need to get in a backup striker because for these sort of games, the times when Lukaku's probably not there, we need someone who's going to come in who's just going to fill in when we need to. So, for instance, I said for the time, right? You see, with Aston Villa, you know how they went and signed Danny Ings? Why didn't we go get Ollie Watkins? Ollie Watkins would be a perfect backup. Imagine Ollie Watkins coming off the bench. Yeah, fair enough. He's been he played a key role for Villa. But if you're bringing in Danny Ings, then clearly shows that Watkins is going to be the man who starts. And yeah, AKA in the comments, I can't point out, but Havertz and Werner can play striker. But how many goals are you really expecting from Werner this season? The man missed so many chances last year. And Fata, I know you don't want to hear this, but Werner up top by himself doesn't really work. Havertz can, because I think he's got better movement than Werner, and I think he's better at link play. But now we needed a backup striker, and that's why I was pissed that if we were going to get rid of Abraham.
Would you put Werner Lukaku? Sorry, would you put Werner on the left and Lukaku up front?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind seeing that.
That's what my whole process looks like. So, yeah.
He's Werner's like Rashford. Remember Rashford at striker? Oh my dear God, the guy was dead then. But then they moved him as like a left winger, inside forward.
Yeah, left forward.
Exactly.
Mm-mm. But the thing is, though, the good thing about in terms of fixtures, we've got the hard games first. Up until Man City, we have relatively decent games. We have Man United and later on, but we don't really have back-to-back hard games up until January. So at that point, in terms of rotation, I think we'll be fine. In terms of the league, I think in terms of fixtures, it is set up for us to win the league. But it's also focusing on different competition.
You forget in December we've got to travel for this World Club Cup.
No. The Club World Cup's been withdrawn from Japan, I think.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
We've still got to play it.
Yeah,
It's still
Yeah,
Hassan. They're
great
gonna move it.
competition.
Hassan, regardless, they're gonna move it somewhere in Middle East.
yeah.
But
I'd rather
that's
get
it.
knocked
Bring
out
it
of-
on. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If you wanna be the best, you've got to not only play the best, but you've got to have the best endurance. Real Madrid didn't become 3 times back-to-back Champions League winners. Sitting in a field picking daisies. They had to work for it, and more so us in a very strong league like the Premier League. We've got to work for it, and that's why I personally get upset when we have people going on about game time. He doesn't have enough game time. 3 games in the season. I can assure you, but at the end of this season, nearly every man jack in that squad is going to be knackered because there'll be more than enough game time. Trust me. Look what happened to us last season with Jorginho in that game against Arsenal towards the end of the season. He could barely move one foot in front of the other. He played so many games, and we don't want to have him overplayed like that anymore. Look at the people that were saying, no, Cho should go out on loan. Cho, he needs game time. Okay, we're without Pulisic for how many weeks? He's certainly going to get game time. Do you see what I mean? We get too impatient with the players we like, per se. When they miss a game, he hasn't got enough game time. Then people start feeding the rubbish coming from agents who are just looking for money. He's going to Munich, or he's going to... It's nonsense. Chelsea need a squad to survive what could potentially be a 38-game season. That is massive. When you think these players have
And,
internationals
I
as
was
well.
I was gonna add on to your point, right, with the whole competitions. Like, if you take away the Super Cups, we're in all 5 competitions, including Club World Cup, that's like 65 to 70 games. Guarantee you, our bench players will probably have about 20 to 25 games this season.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
No,
And
but
in
even our
some clubs,
December
it's
probably
an
the
period.
reason.
entire season for players.
No, even our December period looks mad. Hear this: West Ham away, Leeds at home, Everton at home, Wolves away, Villa away, and then Brighton at home. Jesus Christ!
December.
Yeah, December.
December's
That's
always mad, bro.
Cut one of Everton or Leeds United because we're going to somewhere maybe. God knows
No,
where.
that's
Probably.
the thing. Because we've got Club World Cup on top of that. We've got a League Cup, and we've got, I think, Zenit away during that time. Oh my dear God!
But
Yeah.
League Cup. We don't need League Cup.
So you're saying we play Zenit
Yeah.
this month, like in September, in the second leg on December?
I just want the Club World Cup.
100%.
Yeah, for the Club World Cup. Yeah, I just wanna hear us lift up that Club World Cup and be crowned world champions, man. 2021.
Yeah, from the League Cup. I don't get
So
I think we all do. We really need that trophy for
Yeah,
the
that's the
prestige
only
of the
trophy
club.
Yeah, so Chelsea is still live at the moment. Sorry guys, I've had to reset the Wi-Fi, and it's never done this before. It has to happen when I'm streaming. You know what I mean?
Jam, your internet's moving mad, bro. What's going on?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's driving me mad. But yeah, with Gio saying I can see Werner, Lukaku, and Ziyech. Cho probably come on from bench for Werner. So who do we think will start tomorrow? Front 3. What is the front 3 for you guys?
It's Johnny in the comment section. So since Johnny's not in the comment section, so we can bench Mason Mount then.
Nah, he's not in today because we got to see minerals in the chat.
Because I think because he played full 90 minutes against Poland the other day. No way he's gonna start on Saturday's game. I just can't see it, man. If he does,
Yeah, Mount's gonna be on the bench.
Yeah, like he needs a rest, bro. He needs a rest.
What, Johnny in the chat? He ain't in the chat, is he? I didn't see
Bro,
him.
if we keep playing him, if we keep playing him, man, I don't want to say, but he could get Achilles or the ACL. Like the way we're playing him, he's gonna get burnt out or injured long term.
I will, mate. Don't worry. I will not be having this Wi-Fi connection. I tell you.
Well, Virgin Media Tech, yeah.
It's Virgin.
What do you think of? What do you think of him starting something? What do you think of him starting something like Ziyech, Cho, and Lukaku? With Lukaku coming off maybe after 60 minutes, and you put on like Havertz or someone like that.
Yeah,
Because
I
Cho
could
is
see that
gonna
happening.
yeah, they've both been around. They've both been playing. That's Cho and Ziyech.
Yeah.
I think he might start them both.
Glad
You want to know some of
is coming to my point now.
Where is Cho starting?
Right wing back because James
Wing
got
back,
suspended.
right wing back.
wing back if all
Why
if
can't
all are
Aspie?
fit?
Why can't Aspie play there? That's what I'm trying to
Because I want
understand.
to rest as Beefers, innit?
They're not going to do that.
Then would you want that as a centre backs then?
I think you have Christensen, Rudiger, and Chalobah. Yeah.
Possibly.
Jem, I think Aspie would still, be a player for the Champions League games, and we'd probably have Cho because this guy Aspie has played the entire Spanish fixture in the break as well. So maybe Tuchel could rest him for this game, and we could start with Cho because he's anyways not going to get game time.
Hang on a sec. You say he played full 90 minutes against two opponents.
In the Spanish fixtures.
Yeah, in the Spanish fixtures. Yep. He started.
It's quite funny, because
needs a rest. Therefore.
And the funny thing is, we're all talking about players starting rare, but we haven't mentioned our debutant Saul. Are you guys excited to see him?
Well, yeah, let's talk a bit about Saul. Obviously, Saul Niguez. I have asked a question in the chat about who is your preferred front three for tomorrow. Let us know in the chat. There's nearly 100 of you here right now, so please smash the like button. 100 likes is the aim for this stream today, so let's try and do that as well, guys. I mean, Saul Niguez, if he does play tomorrow, who do you guys think he'll be lined up next to? Is it going to be Jorginho?
I'll probably Jorginho again. I think Jorginho is too important for this team.
So
Saul Kovacic? Maybe.
Who thinks that?
But I don't know how that duo would work.
Yeah.
It would work because
it would work, but then it'll be too attacking.
I mean, to be honest, I could see Kovacic playing simply because he speaks Spanish to Saul. That's the only thing. Like tactically,
I think Jorginho and Saul are probably the best combination when you think about Jorginho.
In terms of football ability, yeah.
Saul can move forward with the ball, win the ball. Do a bit what Kovacic and Kante does: win the ball higher up the pitch. Be creative, get involved, try and link the play up front, which is what we need. We need someone especially deeper to be able to pick the ball up and progressively move forward with the ball into the final third. And I don't think we do that enough. We don't have that enough in that position. And I think it's something that Saul Niguez might bring to us. So we'll have to see.
I guess Saul scored a hat-trick as well in the Indo game that we kind of had, I guess, yesterday. Yeah. So he's settling in well.
Yeah, but with
shit! I'm sorry, Johnny.
C1 London saying we have Mount. Johnny's in the chat, guys. He's saying we have Mount. Johnny, I've got something to say about Mason Mount. Mason Mount has probably been overrun. He played in the England game most of the game.
Come on in, Johnny.
Should he really be starting? Could we not play Ziyech there? Could we not play Werner? I know Werner played as well, but Werner there. Havertz hasn't been playing.
Jem, can I add on to your point, yeah? With the whole, Johnny, we all love Mount. We actually do, yeah? But the last thing we want, is to play him week in, week out and end up having an injury like Loftus-Cheek or something stupid like that, a long-term injury that would screw him up. And I know he can play week in, week out, but we need him to rest for the Champions League game for Man City as well.
Do we need Mason Mount for Zenit, though? Can we not beat Zenit with like a Ziyech, Werner and Lukaku?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
If he plays now, he has to be rested within one of the games, so one or two of the games. I'd be shocked to see him start 90 minutes for both.
Because don't we have Man United and Leicester next month?
We have Man United. We'll bring it up. Let's have a look, shall we? Let's have a look at the fixtures. We have got.
We will not play Man United until November.
Yeah, we've got. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. We've got people in the back trying to get in. Let me just check who's at the back. We've got
Johnny.
What's happening, lads?
What's happening, mate?
We've
Not
got
bad, mate. Not bad. We're just looking at the Chelsea fixtures quickly. Obviously, we've got Villa tomorrow, Zenit on Tuesday. So what we've got to bear in mind is from now to the 29th. Well, actually, moving forward, we're going to play a game every 3, 4, 5 days. So it's going to be back to constant games, which means we're going to need our squad depth. We're going to need rotation. You probably see Tuchel switching around the front three, the back, the back four. Hopefully Kante gets back for the next game as well because we're going to need him. I know we've got Saul in there, but we still want to have all four available. So Zenit, Spurs, Villa, City, Juventus. I mean, that is not easy, is it? When you look for the next 6 games, guys, is it?
No, but it's all they're all winnable. I think you lot say, Mount needs to be rested, but I disagree. And the reason I disagree is tomorrow's game against Villa. Well. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm up for Mount being rested if he needs resting. Yeah, but hear me out. Hear me out. So we're going to have Werner, who's played every single international game. We've got Lukaku, who told is injured, but it looks like he's going to play. Ziyech hasn't played a game since pre-season, and then Cho hasn't played. So I don't know if Kai Havertz is going to feature. So out of all of those, you have to play Mount. I'm sorry, you have to play him.
No, but Johnny.
No,
Johnny,
but
there's no buts. He
Johnny,
has to play.
my point is, Johnny,
If he doesn't play, it's too much of a risk, right?
Johnny, you have to think. You have to think before you speak. So
I thought about
do
it
you know?
before I speak.
Do you
You're
know?
not telling me how to speak, mate. All right.
Do you know Ziyech? Do you know Ziyech had training 1 week?
I don't care if he's at training. He's not had professional minutes.
He will play in Champions.
He hasn't played. He's played in pre-season, like on the beach. He hasn't played any competitive games at the start of this campaign. Ziyech has not featured in one game since he's been injured.
So,
all right.
So we don't know him then.
Well, I think he's a player you bring on maybe when you're winning the game 2-0. I don't think you start.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, that's your opinion.
No, but Johnny, can I say something?
One second, Hassan. So also I want to say, with Mount, you can play him, you can start him. All right, it's too important to drop. He's been playing regular minutes. He's
Why
up
can't
to
you rotate
speed.
him, Johnny?
Well,
Why can't you rotate him?
I'm saying you play him until you're comfortable in the game, because we are good enough to beat Villa and we should beat them comfortably. So I think this game is too important to just drop a Mount and play other players that have had maybe more minutes than Mount, because Mount didn't play the full night. The second game,
Johnny, let me ask you a question. Who would you Mason Mount? Just Mason Mount alone. You can see the next 6 games. You know we've got a game every 3, 4 days. What games should Mason Mount start in the next 6 games?
So I think he's got to start against Villa. I think it's a very important game. We dropped points. No, it is very important. If you want to win the title, and that's the main goal, is to win the Premiership title. You cannot be dropping against Liverpool and drop another 2 points again against Villa. You can't do it. You have to go and win this game, especially Ronaldo having his debut and United probably winning. They dropped points and then they caught up with us because we dropped points. So
you're saying you need your best team, is what you're saying? Best team possible.
Best team to play in the Premiership. Okay. And then in the Champions League group stage, we are good enough with the squad we got to beat a Zenit, all right? And we can rotate.
Yeah.
Well, you could potentially rest Mount for that game. You can rest him for that game.
Oh, no,
and then for
the
Spurs game, Mount plays, Havertz plays.
I just watched the conference of Tuchel, Lukaku fit, so just 2 injuries.
He shouldn't be playing every game as well. He shouldn't be playing every game as well. That's my thing, because he shouldn't. He can't
play every game. In fact, I would find that we will probably rest Lukaku and
for the Villa game
against Zenit.
It will be hard.
That Mount may need to play this game, maybe 60 minutes as well, but
60 to 70 minutes. Yeah. If we're winning, then you can sub him off and bring on a Ziyech or a Kai Havertz.
No, Ziyech should be starting against Aston Villa, and Zenit will start Mason Mount. That's
I disagree, because I think Ziyech suits a Zenit game. Ziyech for me suits a Zenit game in Champions League. That's where Ziyech is more for me. He's more dangerous and he's more effective, right?
Ziyech and
in a
Champions
European
League go
game. Yeah,
together.
yeah. But for Premiership, it's gonna be a very physical, fast game. Ziyech ain't ready. He's not match fit to play that game.
He is. What do you mean?
He's not
What do
match
you mean?
fit. There's a difference between fit, being physically fit, and being match fit and match
fit,
sharp. He's
yeah.
not match fit. He
So
hasn't
I
played
have
any
to
minutes.
agree.
And what Johnny means, right? He's not much fit to play like 90 minutes or something.
Yeah.
That's what I think Johnny
Yeah.
means.
At the
And
moment,
it's not
I have
about
to
me
agree.
loving. It's not about me loving Mount. I'll back Mount any game, every game. I'll back him. But what I'm saying to you is, this game is too important to drop a Mason Mount. It's just too important. You can't drop points against Villa. Villa, you have to beat Villa. You can't take. Listen, every time Tuchel last season he made 7 to 6 changes, we end up losing those games. You can't be making drastic changes this early on, just yet. So he will play players he trusts, and he trusts Mount 100%.
Look at this comment. Look, Pulisic is no, Mount is ass for England, but great for Chelsea.
That's what to say.
He's not asked for England. He got an assist there for England. He got won a penalty when he came on.
But my concern
and
is,
he broke the deadlock. He's been effective, but let's have it right. Mason Mount is asked by Southgate to fill in the midfield and to support Grealish and Sterling, who are absolute frauds. Yeah.
I can't lie, Johnny.
What
He
did
should have
they
been
do?
subbed off. He should have been subbed off though.
What the last game? Yeah, he should have rested him a little bit, but he didn't because
Yeah.
he went right down to the 94th minute. So it was, he could have ended up losing that game against Poland.
He had
And
chances
also,
to score.
like my worry is that if this continues on, my worry about Mason Mount, he'll get burned out. That's my only concern.
He won't get burnt out because Tuchel will manage him. Tuchel has got a squad now. He can rely on a Havertz and a Werner. Havertz can put in a shift. Let's have it right. Havertz can put in a shift. So if need be, you can play Havertz instead and rest them out and then alternate them. But the thing for me is the pivot will be very important because without Kante, you need Mason Mount in there. I'm sorry. You cannot not play Kante and not have Mason
Well,
Mount.
you want the work rate. Is that why you're saying that? Yeah.
You definitely need the work rate. 100%. You need the work rate. If you don't have Kante,
who's this talking? Can I just ask? I can't see.
Johnny. His name's Johnny.
Johnny, you're spot on, mate. Spot on. Seriously.
Yeah, minerals to you, mate. Minerals to you, man. Minerals to you. Yeah, I just bring the minerals, mate. That's all I do.
Different minerals.
Okay,
Bring the minerals.
You know what I mean? Like
bring the
people
Johnny bomb in
disagree
it.
that, but you know what I mean. I just see it how it is and what I think. And you may disagree, you may agree, but that's Johnny for you, mate. I'll just tell it how it is, man.
That's Johnny for you, mate. I love it. Is this Johnny's show? Oh, look, Zevio's not happy with Johnny these days. We should beat Villa whether Mount plays or not, but I get it, is what Eric Blue says. Mount is rubbish for England. Johnny, just stop it. Mount is a human being, not a robot. He shouldn't play every game. Just accept it, is what someone's saying.
I'm not saying for him to play every game, am I? Did I say?
No, Johnny said that.
I said to rest him for the Zenit game because I think that's a game we can win and keep him fresh for. Listen, let's be honest, right? What is the main target this season for Chelsea Football Club?
Win the league.
To win the league. To win the league, correct.
League,
to win
Champions
the league.
League and World Cup.
Everything.
Yeah, I know we want everything, but what I'm saying to you is the league is the one thing we haven't won in a while, all right? And the Champions League is a very hard competition to win anyway, all right? And I think we could go back-to-back with the squad we got and win it, depending on injuries and our form and momentum, all right? But the title is the number one priority for me. And for Tuchel and for Chelsea. So
we have one or two.
Yeah, we need that as well. Yeah. So I think
also World Cup, yeah.
Premiership, you can make changes, but Tuchel I think has learned you can't make too many changes because that you ruin the balance of the side, you ruin the momentum of the side. We're winning games at the minute. We've just come off the Liverpool game with 10 men for a whole 45 minutes away at Anfield. And we drew. It was a remarkable result. Yeah, it's a top result, that. And I think don't make too many changes. Tweak it a little bit. But if you're not going to play a Havertz and you're going to play a Werner who's already played all 3 Germany games, and you're playing Romelu Lukaku, who's, is he properly, is he tired? Because he's played all the Belgium games.
Well, he's going to be tired, isn't he? Eventually,
Yeah,
There's too many games.
So you need, like I said, without Kante, you need Mount in there, 100%. You have to have you need that protection in front, especially if Sal's debut. Sal ain't played a Premiership game in his life. This is his first Premiership game. It's a different ball game to La Liga. And he's going to realise that when he plays Villa. I'm not saying Villa are a great team. I'm just saying it's a tough league. Every opposition is very, very demanding.
He's gonna realise the intensity.
Yeah,
like the way Havertz has done it.
And he'll be off.
Sorry,
he'll be
lads.
off the pace as well. He'll be off the
Sorry,
pace.
lads. I'm just checking some old videos because whoever brought minerals to the table in the first place is mint. This guy should be given an award. That is one of the best phrases I've heard in decades, mate. And I've heard it.
That's Johnny, man.
Minerals FC, bro. Minerals FC. Listen, yeah. When I say to you, a player's got the minerals. When I said Mason Mount's got the minerals, he's got the minerals. He's got the minerals. He's got the minerals, man.
He ain't got any type of minerals. He's got water.
He's got elite minerals, man. He's got everything. Every type.
Like Thanos out of Avengers, where he's got all of the different minerals. It's like that. That's what he is. Guys, just quickly before we move on. Apparently, the Premier League clubs are set to play banned South American stars this weekend in stunning revolt against FIFA. So there's talk about you might see Brazilian players playing this week. We'll have to see if that happens. I don't.
Oh, Alisson might not play for. Is it Alisson? No,
Edison.
City's goalie Edison. He might not play for City, so they might have Scott Carson or whatever his name is.
That's the goalkeeper.
That's like a big drop off, isn't it? Premier League clubs have agreed to defy FIFA and play their banned South and Central American stars this weekend. I don't know if this is just Sun talking.
I think that's just it's from the Sun, then it's a lie. Unless it's the Sun exclusive, then maybe. Because that's the only one where it actually gives out like legit information. The normal Sun, no.
Listen, at the end of the day, I don't give a toss about all the rivals. The main business has got to be done with Chelsea. If Chelsea go and do the business against Villa, that's all I can ask for. Get the 3 points. Let's just keep winning. Keep I think the strength to our actual challenge of the title is our defence more so. I think the fact that we're not leaking any goals and Liverpool put us under relentless pressure and they couldn't even break us down with 10 men. That shows that you're ready to challenge for the title. And I think Tuchel has learned enough about his squad, the mentality, the physical conditions, the fitness, the tactical prowess of each player and what they can offer to each game and each opponent and every competition that we play in. And I think now we've got the best balance out of everyone in the league. We should be right up there.
Yeah. We've got some questions in the chat. Obviously, Blue Lounge, big up to Mo. He's saying, should Ziyech start against Aston Villa?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes and no.
Yes.
No. I've told you why I don't think he should start. He hasn't played one competitive game since the start of the season because he's been injured. And when you're out of from injury, you have to be eased in. You need to be brought on for 15, 20 minutes, which I think if Mount plays, Ziyech could be the guy to come on for a Mount or a Werner to rest them, one of them two, only if we're winning like a 1 or 2-0.
All right. So in this case, a question for you, Johnny. We've got around 5 matches in the month of October, and all 5, I don't think it's so great games. Like it's very difficult sort of a thing. Like we've got Southampton, Brentford, Norwich, Malmo, and Newcastle. One is Champions League. The other 4 are Premier League matches. Now tell me, we've got a good attacking option up front for the month of September. All fresh, most of them fresh and fit at least. So how would you want to utilize our strikers? Like you would prioritize the month, matches in September or October? Because the October team, we've got low blocks team as well. We would definitely need Ziyech there. So how would you go about the situation?
I would, like I said, I would ease with Ziyech. I think Tuchel he'll ease him in. He'll either, if he does start, he's going to take him off, second half, or he'll bring him on second half.
this is the alleged Chelsea fine list that was leaked by the Daily Mail. So I don't know how long this is going to be on there, but it's basically a breakdown of like the fines for well, actually it says 1920. So what are they talking about? They're saying this year.
Oh no, this is the fines that Lampard used to.
Lampard used, yeah.
We're only on day 2 of the international break. Yeah, so there's loads of different fines there. You've got late start of training, 20 grand if you don't turn up. Phone ringing during team meal or meeting, £1,000. This is serious stuff, man.
Yeah, Mason Mount hasn't been fined once.
Not reporting illnesses or injury before day of an hour before day off hour and a half, 30 minutes before training, 10,000 fine. Late for medical appointments, 2,500 fine. Late for a match day. First, like team departure is a £2,500 fine. There's like all these fines here, but it's serious, man. It's serious because they're contracted. There's some serious fines.
Yeah,
there,
cool.
That's so last season, Jem. We know that.
Yeah. So interesting stuff, isn't it? Saw it pop up on Twitter, so I thought, there you go. But I do want to talk quickly before we finish off on that quickly on the fine that we got from the FA. I mean, are we actually discuss? Because I was pissed off of it. You probably saw me early on in the stream, but you discussed
This is a joke.
25 grand fine that we picked up from the FA.
This is a joke.
Honestly, not even that surprised because we all know what Martin always done to every time.
No, that's what I don't get. Why did we get like? What is it that was so bad that prompted the 25 grand fine? That's what I'm trying to understand.
This is the whole thing, isn't it? I think I'm known for this. Lots of people start having a go at me because I'm not into any theories. This is the fact. There's an agenda on Chelsea. If they can nail us, they nail us. If it's Man United or someone else that did this, they wouldn't even be talking about it. But because it's Chelsea, we can get them here, and then they drop a fine. It's bullshit. Sorry, it's PS. It's just like the referee. Every decision they say, will pan out by the end of the season. For us, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just being. No, I get what you're saying, and I don't really understand why we got fined and what the reasons were. Like I get it, but the thing that annoyed me with it in terms of the players' reactions was because they reacted because number one, they believed it wasn't a penalty, and number two, he didn't even look at the blimmin' screen. He literally took a 2-second look and ran off. Do you know what I mean? Like he didn't even do his job properly. You know what I mean?
And even if you wanted to give, you should have given either one of it, like either a penalty or a red card. Like you cannot just offer both of it and then make the match almost one-sided at the end of 48 minutes. After that, it was all Liverpool advantage. We could have easily won the game.
Yeah, we would have won that game. I actually think we would have beaten Liverpool if we would have had 11 men on that pitch. I think
100%.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just, if you look at how we played that game, we played it to a T. They done everything we thought they were going to do. They came out and ran around like headless chickens for 20 minutes trying to press us and be effective. And that's what Liverpool do, right? They try and get their goals quickly because they run out.
They're relentless with it, with their pressure.
Once that pressure dies, and it fizzed, and it did, we started opening them up. Havertz, Mount were making beautiful runs. We had opportunities
we had the
where
two best chances in that game.
Well, no,
the second half, we had the two best chances.
What stopped us being 2-3-0 up, Johnny, was that we made the wrong final passes. If we
And
made
don't
the
forget
right
Kovacic
passes
is
within the
shooting.
final third, we would have buried them. Do you know what I mean? Within the
But that's also down to what you got to remember is that was the second game since so Lukaku joined a week before the Arsenal game. He played the Arsenal game and we battered them because they're shit, and that's fair enough. But against a decent side away at Liverpool, the front three haven't played with each other enough games, proper games, to know each other really well. So you were going to get moments where you had misplaced passes or wrong decisions made because they don't know each other yet. And that's why I think Tuchel kept the same front three as Arsenal against Liverpool, because it might have been too much of a risk to play, change it up, quickly with a Werner, say, and a Mount and Lukaku. When at that moment, Havertz, Mount were working really well with Lukaku. So it was like, that's a less risk for Tuchel going into a big away game. So I get it.
You know
I
what?
think
I'd
Anthony
like
Taylor has a lot of responsibility there.
No,
It's
he's a
beyond
damn fraud,
coincidence
man.
that
He's a damn fraud.
every game he's involved with Chelsea, he
Oh, this
gives
guy's
decisions
He should never.
against the team. it's not a coincidence anymore. He gives significant decisions, not one, not two, not even three, in the course of a game against Chelsea.
I agree. I mean,
Enough
Josh,
said.
what are you saying, Josh?
No, I was just saying, like, I agree with everyone else. Like Anthony Taylor, like, there's so many incidents. Like, I think there was one. Was it? I can't remember what player it was, but one of our players got kicked in like the private parts in it by one of the other players, and like nothing happened. No VAR, no checks, nothing. Just continued the game. So like, yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Definitely
facts.
agenda.
It was Batshuayi who got hit with a low blow like WWE against Harry Maguire.
Yeah.
I think what you want mainly for these referees, and we won't get it unfortunately, is consistency, and that's the one thing that we lack. Because when you look at that game, Mo Salah should have got a yellow card. Fabinho should have been booked at least about once in that first half, and he didn't even get booked in the second. So it's just a lack of consistency from the referees that this is why it drives us mad. And I don't think we're ever going to get it, even with VAR. I think VAR helps the situations. Don't get me wrong, it does, but sometimes it's not I always say this. Sometimes it's not the equipment being used; it's the people using it. If that makes sense, that's the problem, And I think sometimes that's what it is. I think it's the people using VAR that make it a problem, not actual VAR itself. If there was more consistency in the decisions made, we wouldn't have the issues that we have in our current game. Do you know what I mean? So we'll have to. Go on.
I think this referee should not be involved in our matches. To be honest,
Facts.
You know what? Let me, if I can just pull out one particular stats that I have on Anthony Taylor, it would start out a lot of confusions that we have. Just a second, let me do that.
Yeah, they make him referee. They know we hate him, and he's the best referee to get us fined.
He's got the biggest agenda against Chelsea.
Oh yeah,
100%.
And he is literally employed by Liverpool, United, and City. That geezer.
Yeah.
But I got to duck off. I'm jumping on.
Yeah, I'm going to finish soon anyway.
Big up,
Don't worry,
lads.
man.
Big up,
See you
everyone.
later,
Big up,
bro.
Johnny.
Up the minerals, everybody. Up the
Big up, Johnny. Minerals, you deserve an award if that came from you, Johnny.
Mate. Yeah, it did, mate. Big up.
You've created a whole new vocab.
Big up, mate. Yeah, big up.
Big up, Johnny. Big up.
See you later, Johnny. Johnny's funny, man, isn't he? He's a bit heated, but he's funny.
Okay, you lads can see my screen now?
Let's have a look. Yeah, let's get it up. Right, so
this is his stats across the last 12 games that he's. Sorry?
Is that Mo in the chat?
Yeah, Mo's in the chat. Yeah, Mo's been in the chat the whole stream. Yeah. Big up to Mo. Go on, BJ.
So this is what I wanted to bring it up. Like, this is his last 12 games as a referee. Like, he's given 6 penalties in his last 12 games, and you can see the amount of red cards and yellow cards that he's actually given out. Like, be it internationals, be it normal Premier League games as well. Like, this guy literally has not just an agenda against Chelsea, but then I don't know. Like, should we call him like a strict referee? I don't know. Like, how do we? I know he is kind of biased against Chelsea, but that doesn't. How do you justify these? Like, 6 penalties out of your last 12 games. That's a sad stat, actually. Like, you should let the play go on, and he never does that.
That's an indictment. Well done for getting those stats, but that is not said, isn't it? It's there. Yeah. Evidence.
Yeah.
It gets to a point where you would think they would actually look into things like that, like, you know what I mean, especially when it's that obvious, and they don't. It's like Chelsea getting fined £25,000 for reacting to a decision that they believe wasn't a penalty. What do they want to do? Just be quiet and stare at each other? Like, I don't know, man. I just find it ridiculous.
He is very weird.
Oh, yeah, John, it is surprisingly. You know how you said the UEFA would have an agenda against us. The 2 best referees we have are both from the Champions League. We got that. What's his name? We got that German guy. I think his name
he's a Spanish. I don't know.
Now we got Felix Brick.
Yeah,
Felix Brick or something. He was the one when we when we beat Napoli 4-1 in 2012, and then we beat Atletico 1-0 when Giroud scored that goal. Remember that, ref?
Yeah.
Like us. The Prem refs don't like us. Even Clattenburg and Howard Webb, they were crap as well. They've all been dead for time, to be honest.
I agree. I do agree massively in that. And on that note, I am going to finish off. Got work to do. Guys, thank you very, very much for tuning in to GNA TV as always. Continue to smash the like button. We are 20 away from 2.6k subscribers on the road to 3k. Please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the likes. We should be on 100 likes, man. I think we was about 20 away before. So before you leave, please make sure you smash the like. Leave a comment on the show as well. Sorry about my Wi-Fi. It's just one of them things. It happens, doesn't it? But hopefully moving forward, that won't happen again. It won't happen again. And listen, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Yeah, enjoy the football. I'll be back tomorrow as well. We'll be doing a preview of the Chelsea versus Aston Villa game as well. So make sure you stay tuned for that and hit the bell notification button. If you don't hit the bell notifications, it won't let you know when we're live. We have got a Discord channel as well. Hassan always seems to find the link to put it in the chat, so you can do that as well. And yeah, get involved, and we'll see you again very, very soon, guys. Peace.
Peace.
VIP still key, like brand new bitch, oh please, yeah. Brand new with no keys, yeah. Get down on knees, yeah.